couldn't stay all together because we have 2 kids, so we couldn't stay like all together. So we like had to like.
So you and Ashley have 2.
Yeah.
So where are the kids now?
Right now, 2 of them are in foster care, and she has 2 other kids with another person, and those 2 are with their dad. So that's what's happening. And ever since like we like our kids we lost our kids, we just kind of been out here in this.
How long have you been living in this trailer for?
About 4 months. And they just said the manager didn't want us to, they weren't interviewing our lease and stuff like that. So from there, we started moving couch to couch. And then that wasn't working out, so we decided this was it.
So what do you say to the folks who say, God, this is such a mess out here? I mean, how do you handle being, in the neighborhood street tracks and stuff?
Honestly, they're right, but it's the way they go about it, and it's the way they come at us about it. It's like, we're all still human. I mean, we can't do what somebody else is doing, or we can't control what somebody else is doing. If 3 other tents are making a mess, then they implicate us with everybody else. Like, oh, you're homeless, so you're dirty homeless.
Welcome, Homeless Life Stories.
You are looking in the wrong place. Portland does not only have tents or occupied sidewalks. That is only the surface part that media cameras always point at. The crisis is actually much more devastating because it is invisible. It lies in the children who still wear clean uniforms to school, but at night have to huddle in the back seat of a rusty car. It lies in the elderly people leaving the hospital with a discharge paper and an abyss with no way out. To the government, a towing order is urban cleaning. But to them, it is the final knife blow, stripping away the last piece of dignity. Do not look at the tents anymore. It is time to look at the silent cracks that are making this city collapse from within. Part 1. The tip of the iceberg, when tents deceive the vision. What is Portland in your eyes? Is it the rows of blue and red tents side by side on the sidewalks of Old Town? Or the dilapidated RVs smelling of engine oil? Yes, that is Portland. But that is the conspicuous Portland, the thing the government uses to report and the media uses to hunt for views. The truth is, what you see is only the tip of a gradually sinking iceberg. The biggest tragedy of this city does not lie in those exposing themselves on the streets for the world to stare at. It lies in those who are concentrating their last bits of remaining strength to not look like a homeless person. The latest data shows a chilling truth. The pressure on the relief system is at a red alert level. The number of people falling to the bottom of society is still increasing at a record high, but the majority of them do not choose the way to pitch tents to challenge public order. They choose the way to vanish into the crowd. If we only focus on arguing about where to clean up sidewalks or how many encampments to relocate, we are making a fatal mistake. We are missing an entire class of people trying to live as normal in an abnormal reality. Because if you only look at tents, you will never see the deepest cracks that are silently tearing apart homes that remain intact in appearance. Part 2. Families living as if not yet collapsed. The silence's cracks. There is a term that authorities call hidden homelessness. They do not sleep amidst encampments, do not lie under the red and blue lights of police cars. They lie in cheap motel rooms reeking of bleach, or huddle in the back seat of an old SUV parked in the corner of a supermarket parking lot. Look closely at these children. In the morning, they step out of the car with uniforms pressed flat, alert faces to be on time for class. They are straining themselves to hide a terrible secret, that after the school dismissal bell, they do not have a real home to return to. In Multnomah County alone, thousands of students are experiencing this nightmare, according to the definition of the McKinney-Vento Act. Those are not just numbers, those are lives being uprooted before they can grow up. This is the tragedy of mothers living in extreme fear. Fear of being stigmatized? Yes, but the most feared is being discovered. The fear of being stripped of child custody rights just because they do not have a fixed address to declare. They have to perform a perfect fine play, keeping the outermost layer of paint from peeling off. while the foundation underneath has crumbled long ago. Their life is a fragile string, where one day of job loss or one serious illness is also enough to hurl everything down into the abyss. And when even cheap motel rooms become too luxurious, their final boundary only shrinks back into four wheels. That is when the car is no longer a means of transportation, but the final fortress of dignity. Part 3. The car is the final home, when a towing order erases a life. In Portland, a dilapidated RV or a rusty van is not simply a means of transportation. It is a bedroom, a medicine cabinet, a storage for family photos, and the final fragment of human dignity. It is the only thing separating them from the bone-chilling cold of the characteristic Northwest rains. This group of people is often forgotten because they do not appear as stinging great encampments in the newspapers. From afar, a car is just a car. But inside that rusty iron shell is a life striving to the utmost not to be completely shattered. They do not want to attract attention. They are just trying to exist in silence. However, that fragile existence is facing a ruthless conflict. To the government, a car parked too long is a violation of order, a hotspot needing to be cleared to restore the landscape. But have you ever wondered what actually happens after the iron chains of the tow truck? When a car is towed, the city can be proud of having just cleaned up an urban black spot. But to the person living inside, that is the moment they are officially erased. That night will be the first night they no longer have shelter, no longer have medicine, and no longer have 1 inch of ground to cling to. A towing order does not just relocate a mass of scrap metal, it wipes out the final hope of a human being. The tragedy is that even if they are lucky enough to be reached by the medical system or social services, it is not certain they have truly been saved from this freefall. Part 4. Broken bridges, when the system reaches out but cannot save. There is a bitter truth in Portland. Not everyone reached by the system is saved. We still hear about huge budget packages and deployments of social services, but the reality is that many people are falling straight through the gaps of this social safety net. Those are the elderly and people with disabilities, those for whom each passing day is a battle to keep a bag of medicine or a safe seat. When the ability to manage for themselves is zero, they become forgotten ruins. Most heartbreaking of all are those who have just left the hospital bed. They are discharged with an unhealed incision or an exhausted body. But instead of a place to recover, what waits for them is the cold sidewalk. The medical system pushes them out, and the social system has no place to receive them. Reports from Multnomah County have pointed out a fatal bottleneck. Shelters can keep a person alive overnight, but they cannot bring them back to life. The number of people truly finding long-term housing after entering a shelter is still desperately low. Portland not only lacks beds, but it is lacking bridges strong enough to bring human beings from survival to stability. The city can argue forever about the budget, about order, or about cleanups. But the true moral question is, how many more human beings will we accept seeing disappear before admitting this is a bankruptcy of humanity? Because when a society no longer has an exit for the weakest, that is no longer an urban crisis. It is a collapse of conscience. Thank you for going with us to the deepest hidden corners of Portland, places where the media spotlight and political debates often overlook. If you find this content meaningful, please help us spread it. Do not let these silent cries for help continue to be buried in the darkness. Please continue to accompany homeless life stories in the upcoming journeys to together look deeper into the truth and keep the flame of humanity always burning brightly in the heart of cold urban areas.